Left out there, you want to get out. started family to disturb you guys. If anyone owns a BMW and you are parked in the bus lane, you are blocking another family from leaving for today. Thank you.
right. Next, I would like to invite my dad up to the stage and Phil Cole. Also, just for clarification, he is my dad, not my brother. Sometimes he forgets, but I like to remind him that every opportunity and everyone here that is the case. Nah.
Good morning, everybody. Hope I don't destroy this. The scripture I'm about to read is from 1 Thessalonians. 13 through 18. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not even as others which have no hope. For if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even though them also which sleep in Jesus with God bring with him. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangels, and with the trumpet of God. And the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. Amen.
So this next song request, there's some meaning behind this one. So this song in particular, whenever Uncle Pete was feeling distressed, he was just feeling out of it, Grandma used to sing him this song, to help calm him down. So we wanted to make sure we included this, just to really fully embrace this moment. So we have One Day at a Time.
one day at a time.
Okay, next we have a poem by Yvonne Cole.
Good morning, everyone. His poem is called The Dash. I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that of all was the dash between those years. For that dash represents all the time they spent alive on earth, and now only those who love them know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that still can be rearranged. To be less quick to anger and show appreciation more, and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you lived your dash? Amen.
Amen.
All right, our next song is Heaven by Beyonce.
Fought for you the hardest. It made me the strongest. So tell me your secrets. I just can't stand to see you leaving. But heaven couldn't wait for you. No, heaven couldn't wait for you. Heaven couldn't wait for you. No, heaven couldn't wait for you. So go We laughed at the darkness, so scared that we lost it. We stood on the ceilings. You showed me love was all you needed. Heaven couldn't wait for you. Heaven couldn't wait for you. Oh, heaven couldn't wait for you. No, heaven couldn't wait for you.
to the stage. That you are there from earlier, you will be following out.
2021, at home in Brooklyn, New York. Pete was born November. Pete was the last of 5 children and the only boy. He grew up on President Street in Brooklyn, New York, where he attended Holy Spirit Junior High School, Clara Barton High School, and Medgar Evers College, where he graduated with his Bachelor's of Science in Business. 2005, he started working for the City of New York as a city clerk in the Marriage License Division. He loved working there. Was devoted to and loved by his co-workers. Pete never married, but was a devoted uncle, brother, cousin, and friend to many. Pete was a New York Yankees fan. He enjoyed going to the movies and loved playing video games. He loved to eat, but not from other people. Only from his mom. Every year on his birthday, he had to have tacos and sloppy joes and must have a chocolate cake. He had to have the most up-to-date iPhone, PlayStation gaming system, and polo gear. In 1994, Pete battled having a brain tumor at 18 years old. In September of 2019, he had an emergency surgery and found out that he had pancreatic cancer that spread to the other parts of his body. He preserved with his mom and sisters by his side. He was able to spend his last days at home with his mom, Dolly, and his caregivers, Julia and Giuliani Ortiz. Pete is preceded in death by his father, Conroy White Jr. He leaves to cherish his memories, his mom, Dolly White, 4 sisters, Ingrid, married to Earl Sylvester, Patty, married to Enfield Cole, Monica, married to Rodolfo Cruz, and Connie, married to Brian McDaniels. 13 nieces and nephews, Erlena Sylvester, Christian Sylvester, Courtney Sylvester, Epiphany, married to Tavares Andrews, Enzo Cole, Elon Cole, Kayla Crooks, Kyla Crooks, Kaden Crooks, Anya McDaniels, Julian McDaniels, Milan McDaniels, and Xavier McDaniels. His stepsisters, which is June Nelson, and stepnieces, Juliet Palmer Williams, Donna Henry, and Stacy Baylor. Great nieces and nephews, Nura Andrews, Luna Andrews, Jace Johnson. 3 aunts, Victoria Grant, Mary Cunningham, and Rose Cunningham, and a host of cousins and friends.
So those individuals that I spoke of earlier, can you just please come up one at a time, and then just say your briefly say. Do not know who you are. So you're gonna have to help me out. Do not be shy. So afterwards, just for everyone, I want to first make sure we just get these individuals first, and then we're going to open up the floor to anybody else who has anything they want to say. Okay?
Hi everybody, my name is Courtney Sylvester, and I'm Pete's niece. I just wanted to speak on how Uncle Pete was so generous, how I loved coming to New York to see him. I remember one of the first times I came to New York, we were all in the kitchen, and I love shoes. So I look on Uncle Pete's phone and he's just scrolling. I see a whole bunch of shoes. So Julian and everybody get into the conversation. We're just talking about shoes. And I don't know how we got on iPhones, and then somehow he said he was gonna buy all of us iPhones. I don't know. But like Enzo said earlier, he was just a very generous person, and you had to watch what you asked for because he would always get it. Like, he will always get it for you. I'm sure you saw my picture. He posted us on Facebook that we wanted ice cream. He went and got us ice cream. It was just, he was such a loving and caring person. And to see everybody in here celebrating his life, it just means so much to me. My blood uncle, my only blood uncle, I loved him so much. I still love him. I love him forever. Thank you.
Is there anybody else that was planned? Come on, fellas. Tweet of D and tweet of Dom.
So I'm gonna just speak on one of my favorite memories from Uncle Pete. Kind of shaped me to, what I want to do in life. So we visited New York and went downstairs, to the hub, to the basement. And it was just me and Uncle Pete. Julian, I think Julian was there too. And I was playing my now all-time favorite game. He was playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And we were just going at it, playing like 19 sets, I think. And I remember like after the third one, I'm playing the Hulk, I'm getting on him, he's in the corner, and I'm beating him up. And he paused the game, he said, back up. And I'm like, what? He said, back up. So I backed up, and so 2 seconds on, I'm backing on him, back on the corner, I said, back up again, pause the game. So I'm like, all right. So after that, the same thing happened after 19 rounds, turn off the game, put on the 2K, bust me, I didn't get no points in that. And so, afterwards, he handed me the game, and he said, you're good at this, you should pursue this, man. And I'm like, thank you. And so that's kind of why I'm competing and doing a lot of fighting game tournaments today, because of that memory right there. And so he's very powerful individual, inspired me to chase my dreams. And I appreciate that in him.
So I just wanted to just piggyback of how how generous my uncle really was. I remember how we said we used to always go in the basement, me and Caleb, and we used to always play the game when we was young, and he saw how much we loved it, and it's like we never really asked for it, but I remember like a year later, I came home from school, it was a PS4, like when it first came out, like it was hard to get, first came out, he bought me one, and I never asked for it, and it's like, that was crazy to me, like at the time I was young, and all the times, me and Caleb, we would fight over the controller to play, it's like, it was just good memories, I wish I could have had more of, and he did beat us a lot, and every time I lost, I was just speechless. He'd look at me like, he'll just laugh, and it was just good times, but yeah, I just wish I could have had more moments with him, but I don't know what to say, man. I miss my uncle. Cherish the moments you have. I'll never forget about him.
Is that everybody? Good? Okay. At this time, I would like to open it to anybody who would like to come up.
Something different.
Is anybody just opening up to anybody if they have anything they want to say, story? Yes, come on up. Come on down.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
I'm Lionel. I'm sorry. Pete was my friend. A very good friend. I don't have many friends. The other one is right there with me. We met in church, St. Peter's Church. I was working in the rectory, and Pete used to work there too. And we started to talk, and so I told him, yeah, you know, I'm working here trying to make money to go to school, to go to college. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. And next thing I know, Pete's starting to give me like all of his days. So he was like, yeah, you know what, if you want to take my shift tomorrow, you can take it. I'm like, yeah, I said, yeah, take it. And just give me all of his days like that for me to make money to go to school. That's just the type of friend that Pete was. Yeah, so, and then he invited me to his house. We used to hang out in the basement, play video games, and that was at the time, you know, I didn't have anybody except for Pete and Kevin over there. And so Pete was the closest to me. So I used to go every weekend to his house. I always look forward to that.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, and thank you, Miss White, for accepting us, just me, my friends, and also my nephews. We used to come to your house and you prepare dinner for us after we play video games. Such very delicious meals. Thank you for that. And yeah, so Pete became a very good friend, and then from playing video games, went to hang out, you know, in Times Square. That was the spot for us. Watch movies, and you know, it's like we go watch a movie, eat, and then after that play video games either before or after. So that was the thing. And I'm just like very thankful to Pete. I'll never forget him for the man he was, such a good friend. And I miss you a lot, Pete, and thank you so much for everything you've done for me. Thank you.
I'm the reason why Uncle Pete became Uncle Pete. And I'm just like really happy that he's not in pain anymore. Because Uncle Pete always told me just to, you know, live your life, be happy. Because of everything he went through, you know, he always felt like everybody should just be free to live the way they needed to live. And I had the honor of living with him at one point, and he was just a happy person, you know, regardless of everything that was going on. Yeah, he was happy. One of the strongest people I've ever met in my life, and he's the reason why I just don't want to worry about things anymore. Little things like certain things just don't matter anymore. And just, you know, you just got to be happy and not be sad for him, because that's not something that he would have wanted. He would have wanted everybody to just remember him for how he was and the happy person that he was, not see him as sad or that he was in pain or trouble. So instead of being sad today, just, you know, be happy that he's no longer in pain. It's just his physical form that's not here. His spirit is still here. His soul is still here. And he'll always be with us. Yeah. He's at peace now. Rest in peace.
Is there anybody else? Yes. Oh. Yeah. will go next.
I had the best childhood with Pete. I'm his cousin Perla. And I wouldn't have a childhood without him. He was like a brother to me. And we all lived in the same house. We had Chinese food, beef patties, hero subs. We hang out with Chris. We play kick the can, double dutch, squeeze the sharpie, riding bikes when she was at work. I didn't have a childhood without Keith. He was everything to me. He was the best cousin. My daughter Serena. We hung out, we shopped. I was dressed in polo with the Aaliyah times. I wore baggy jeans, polo boots, Nautica jackets. We went to the corner store to steal candy. There's so many adventures. I don't even know, trying to remember all of them, but he double dutched really good for a guy. We go to T's house, Chris's house. We had a very good childhood. He was everything to me. Saturday morning cartoons was me and Pete. Bothering her and Tia, waking up 7 o'clock in the morning. And now you can't even get me up past 11. But I love you, Pete, and you'll always be in my heart.
Good morning, everybody. Chris Clark. I need to spell myself being choked up. Yeah. Pete was my man, Pete was one of my best friends throughout high school and beyond. The recurring themes, his generosity, his love for video games. Like Pete was the reason that I would hit the reset button anytime we were playing anything. Because he'd be beating flames off me and I was like, my bad. My bad, oh, sorry. And he usually scrapping and wrestling around, whatever. But, it's hard. I know it's hard for everybody here to watch the king of Clara Barton. This was a dude who I used to tell people, I just hang out with him for the runoff, because he constantly had a crowd of people around him. A crowd of people who loved him, who respected him, and he would do anything for you if he thought you were his friend. He was just an amazing, supportive dude. And I guess for me, as I'm standing here, the one thing I want to say to all of you is give people their flowers while they can get it.
Yes.
Because 2002, I moved to Connecticut. And I had a kid, and then I had another kid, and then I had another kid, and I went through a divorce, and living my life out there. And every time I came home with a purpose. It was like, okay, I'm here for 24 hours. I'm here, for a half day. I gotta go check Pete. I'll check Pete next time. He knows I love him. I'll check him next time. And I found out about this through an Instagram message. So somebody shot me a message and go, what's going on with Conroy? I said, what's going on with Conroy? You know, I guess he's good. They said, no, he's not. And I shot a message to Connie. I'm like, Connie, somebody's saying something, and it can't be right. It can't be true. And she said, Chris, I wish it wasn't. And then they said, no, I got the father. You know, and it hit me. It was like, that next time is never going to happen. You know, give people love while you can.
I hope I can make it.
When I first came to the United States, I didn't know a lick of English.
Who are you?
And Patty used to like help me out a lot. I'm sorry, I'm Monica. For those who don't know, I'm his cousin. And what really helped me was the comics. Pete had a lot of comics. And actually that's how, as we got older, that's what made us blend together, because once we started making the movies, we used to go out to movies together all the time. So when there was a movie, first day, we were out there. And he loved to eat, so we were always out eating. And I regret that all the time we spent together, I never captured the moments that we had. We had so many moments. And when I was looking back, where were the pictures? And out of all the moments that we spent together, because he didn't like taking any pictures anymore. But I should have just did it anyway, because I do now.
It's in your heart.
But the memories stay in my head and in my heart. He was so generous. It's so true, because I had, at that time they were younger, when we would come over, they didn't have games. Shane and Jerry didn't have the games. And he would play with them. And he would take his games that he had and just give it to them. And they were like, can we take them? And I was like, yes, he's giving it to you. You can take them. And he is what made me be the generous person that I am today. Because of him, I learned to be that way. So, if anything, I thank him for being that way, because he made me that way. Yes, all I want to do.
Good morning. My name is Jim Dwyer. He was my cousin. I'm sorry. My heart is it's pounding.
Take a deep
Yeah. Pete taught me something about strength. I'm going to tell you what you don't know. Someone as strong as Pete. I've never once seen him complain. I've seen him laugh. I've seen him make jokes, make my brother laugh. Everyone in the basement, whether it's 5, 4, 2, or 6 of us, sit on the couch. We were laughing, we were talking, and we were smiling. And it was because of Pete. And when they said that he couldn't drive, and he got that bike, that's how generous Pete is. He gave me that bike because he said, I'm done with it. He said, I'm done done. He said, you don't have a bike? And you know, he knows how to ride the city bikes with my friends. He said, take it all the way back to the Bronx. I rode 5 different bridges with that bike that whole summer. I rode every day that I could because of Pete. In 2019, purely out of the kindness of his heart, not because it was any event, my birthday, my brother's birthday, Christmas, or anything, Pete gifted me and my brother some like $200, $300 headphones and Madden 20, just because. He's like, yo, you know, we always in the basement. You know, I know y'all like to play. You know, we always playing NBA Live or Marvel vs. Capcom or whatever. You know, Pete was the best. And he did that just because that's who Pete was. You know, Pete was generous. Pete was amazing, and Pete was the man. It's hard. My mom did the wire. And my aunt, Monica, they were telling me about Pete when he was younger. And it was like all the ladies was on him. they said everyone. In high school, middle school, they was like, that's Pete. Like everybody knew Pete. You don't know about Pete. You don't know. Pete was that dude. And, you know, I was like, I wish I could have knew that Pete. Because the Pete that I didn't know, he was generous, loving, and he did what he could. You know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll get you in the front and then just come forward. Come forward.
My name is Valta Simmons, and I've been a neighbor of the Whites from 1976. I moved down to the block in 1976, and I realized that Pete was born. I moved there in August of 1976 because it was 2 weeks before I had to go back into nursing school. I was in my last year of nursing school, and I moved down to the block 2 weeks before the semester started. And I realized that Pete was born that same year. So I actually knew of Pete before he was born. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. I sat there and heard everyone speak of Pete and his kindness. He was a very kind and loving young man. But Pete got that from his mother. Let me tell you that. Dolly is the kindest, sweetest person you could ever know. And when I sat there, I said, you know what? I'm hearing about Pete, but it's Dolly I'm also hearing about. And I'll tell you another thing. At a certain stage, when I became a nurse, I got divorced. And I had 3 kids. And the 2 youngest, I used to work the evening shift, so I really did not have anyone to really supervise them in the evening. And they used to go to a lot of different activities. I kept those kids busy, swimming, this thing, that thing, because they were not going to run the streets. And the girls, Auntie took turns taking the kids to piano, picking them up from daycare, just very busy with the children. And I can say, this is a loving, loving family. A together family, a family who loves one another. And Pete will be missed. He will be missed dearly. And on the note of him being very handsome, I spoke to my younger daughter. I had to take her to the doctor yesterday, and she said, "Mother, you would not imagine. Pete was so handsome that wherever he took us, the ladies used to hit on him. And we didn't know what to do because we were living, and those ladies were always interested in Pete. Everywhere we went." She said, "Mommy, you have no idea." And she said, "Mommy, he was charming with it too." So he actually, would lead them on with the talking and the laughing and the soft voice and so I have pleasant memories of Pete. Being a nurse, I can tell you I see death a little bit differently, because even when my mom passed away, I did not cry. Why I did not cry? My mom lived a full life, a happy life, and I never wanted to see her suffer. So even though I miss her, and she is my mentor to this day, I think of death a little differently, especially if the person has suffered tremendously. I see it as God having mercies on that person and saying, "This is it and no more." So I would say to all of you today, I know you are sad as I am, but dry those tears up. God knows, if we are all Christians, and I know we are, God knows when it's time and when you have had enough pain and suffering. And right now my back is hurting me very tremendously, but I don't think I'm ready. I don't think God's ready for me. But anyway, don't be sad, you will miss him. But what will keep you going is the happy memories. And always remember that God knows best for all of us. Amen.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I am Desiree, and I am the cousin/brother of Pete.
Sister.
Oh! Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. Name this. Sister. Take off my glasses. Okay. We're going to go and miss Pete very much. Yes. Pete was a wonderful brother. We all grew up with him. We're going to miss him very dearly. We grew up all together with like brothers and sisters. Monica, Connie, all the cousins, Ingrid, Patty. We had wonderful, wonderful memories. Block parties, partying, eating, dancing. I'm going to miss all of that we had. I had a whole thing planned and I totally forgot what I was going to say. I'm so sorry. But I did recall my sister Polita over there when she mentioned something about going to the store. So while I'm purchasing the lotto and some now-laters and chips, apparently both of them were doing something that I didn't know about. And I'm buying them ices, and they're sneaking around putting things in their pocket. So I was the good one. I'm going to miss all of our playing together, our fire hydrant, pool, Jones Beach, I'm gonna miss all of that. Yes. All right. I'd like to add that Pete was a very, very strong person, very loving, very helpful, very funny. Yes. And so we'll miss him very much. Yes. Amen.
That surprised everyone. No.
All right, so this is going to be our last individual. After this, we're just gonna move on. So thank you again, everyone. I really do appreciate it.
Hello, everyone. My name is really brief. Pete was one of my high school best friends, just like Chris said. You know, he was a person that we all wanted to be like. And you know, I'm really just honored to be able to have known him. And he just brought joy to everyone, you know, and I really looked up to him because of that. And his mom, you know, was so welcoming, and I just remember all of the good memories that we had. And I moved away. I'm actually in Miami right now. But anytime I got to we would always keep in touch, you know, and I do wish that we had more time together. Unfortunately, last time I saw him was at my mom's funeral 2 years ago. And even him and his mom came, and I was just the type of person that he was. I did keep in touch with him, and I just want to just wish everyone to remember. I don't even know how to talk right now. To really cherish the memories, you know. And what I remember of him, you know, what sticks with me is no matter what suffering, well, not suffering, whatever difficulties and challenges he had, he always had kindness. He always was grateful. He always was in good spirits, and you know, it's something for us to always remember. And I just, you know, want to just thank you for being the vehicle through which he came into this world. And I'm always here for you guys, the family. You know, he had a beautiful family, so I didn't really want to say anything because I'm like, oh, his family is here. But I always loved and appreciated the love that he got from his family, and you don't always get that. And the support, and he was always like that. No matter it's now, when he was in high school, everyone was around him. I looked up to him. You know, we became really, really good friends. And even after he got sick, you know, we would get in contact. I was shocked. I was just like, you know, like totally shocked. And I was also shocked at how resilient he was, and how he was just able to just shake it off and just, you know, just live his life. And so that's what I take with me. So, you know, I'm going to love him, I'm going to miss him, and I know he's in our hearts. Thank you.
All right, thank you everyone for sharing, you know, a lot of love, and it's definitely deserving of the individual. So I just do want to thank everybody once again for just all the kind words and everything that they said. So next, moving on, we do have another song request. So now this song is truly special because, you know, this was something that Uncle Pete used to sing to Grandma. This was his ringtone for her, you know, in his cell phone, so whatever he used to call one of his favorite songs. So, and then that song is The Wind Beneath My Wings. So we're gonna...
Must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You left behind. So I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength. A beautiful face without a name for so long. A beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. It might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. Of course I know I would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I wish I could be. I could fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. Did I ever tell you you're my hero? You're everything, everything I wish I could be. Oh, I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. You are the wind beneath my wings. Oh, the wind beneath my wings. You are the wind beneath my
All right. Right now, I'd like to invite Monica and Rodolfo Crooks, along with Grandma Dolly, up for some closing remarks and acknowledgement.
when we were little. And he's the only boy. The house that you're talking about where you hear, it's about 15 girls. And he was the only boy. And, but he had time for everybody. My fondest memories, I was a Barbie girl. I loved my Barbie dolls. And I learned how to do hair on my Barbie dolls. And P had his G.I. Joes. And one day he came to me, he said, "You want to play? I play my G.I. Joes and you play your Barbies." And that was the best memory for me because he found time to spend with his sisters, not, you know, being the only boy with a bunch of girls. I mean, come on. But he still found time. My second one is, like I said, he's the baby. But for some reason, he thought he was the oldest. And I don't know how we all ended up at Macy's. We used to work at Macy's, all of us. And I had a later shift. I got off at midnight. But he got off earlier. And he said, "I'm going to wait for you. I'm going to wait for you." And we would go home all together. That's the kind of brother he was. Even though he was the youngest, he felt like he was my big brother. And he made sure we were taken care of. And my last memory that I'm going to hold dear to my heart was his laugh. I mean, he had this laugh that, I mean, I can't even copy it. But it brought joy to my heart because he was always laughing. Even in the hospital, he was laughing. And I would always ask him, I said, "Are you in pain?" And he would always say, "No." Even after the hardest surgeries, I'm like, "Yo, you not in pain?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "All right." But those are my memories that I'm going to cherish with me. And the thing about him, like, he had 13 nieces and nephews. And he loved each and every one of them. Like, you know, yeah, he did buy Caleb a PlayStation, and I was like, I'm a little upset because, you know, them things ain't cheap. And then Caleb was like, "Mom, come on, man. Why are you trying to rob my stuff?" I said, "No, you're going to send that back, Uncle Pete." "No, that's too much for Uncle Pete." And Uncle Pete said to me, "That's my blessing. You're not going to take my blessing." And after that, I let it go. I was like, "Okay, whatever you want to do, you do." And he loved them like they were his own kids.
Never miss a birthday.
Never missed a birthday. Cards coming in the mail.
Thank you to everyone here that's here today. And he's very happy to see all of you here wherever he is. And I'm grateful that you all are here with us. Thank you all so much. That's what I just want to say thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you.
At this time, I would like to say some acknowledgments. With sincere gratitude, there are not enough words to fully express our heartfelt thanks for the sympathy, love, and support you have extended to our family for the loss of our brother, son, uncle, cousin, and friend. For those of you who didn't know, Pete required 24-hour care. I'm not gonna lie, that was the toughest for me to watch. Not being able to eat, not being able to just do the normal daily activities that we take for granted. And
First, thank you to Mom, because she had to endure that for a very long time. But because we didn't live here, and because I'm dealing with what I'm dealing, we all couldn't be here the way we needed to be. But there are two people, besides family, who stepped up to give my brother 24-hour care. And that is Julia and Keanu. I'm so grateful for you, for everything that you have done for my brother. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts, because we know it was not easy. And I know she don't want no acknowledgement, but I'm gonna say my sister, because it's hard to be the one to know your sister's sick and your other sister's sick and your brother's sick, and you just feel torn, you don't know what to do. But I told her, I said, no, you go, take care of Pete, we gonna be all right. And she sacrificed to come months at a time to be with Mommy and Pete and help Pidiani. Sacrifice her children, they had to leave sometimes. I mean, it's tough. So I know you don't want no praise, but I thank you, sister, because it's difficult to watch your other sisters suffering from health issues, and you just torn, don't know what to do. But know that everything that you did, God sees. To family and friends, let us
service. So like I said before, we're just gonna take some time. If anyone just wants to, have a viewing before it's just for a couple of minutes, probably just for like about 10 minutes or so before we just actually roll them out. So just please talk amongst the family, introduce yourself. You see a phrase you don't know. I mean, we're all family and friends in here, and then Pete's all brought us together here. So, we all know each other. There's love, there's energy in here. So let that be known amongst somebody. So that being said, thank you again, everyone, and then have a blessed day.
Words can't express what you mean to me. Even though you're gone, we still a team. Through your family, I'll fulfill your dreams. In the future, can't wait to see if you open up the gates for me. Reminisce sometimes, like when you took my friend. Try to black it out, but it plays again. When it's real, feeling's hard to conceal. Can't imagine all the pain I feel, even if you didn't hear half the breath. I know you're still living your life after death. Day we pray for you, till the day we meet again. In my heart is where I keep it, friend. Memories give me the strength I need to proceed, the strength I need to believe. My thoughts bigger than can't define. Wish I could turn back the hands of time. Us in the sticks, shop for new clothes and kicks. We'll be taking flicks, making hits. stages, they receive you on. Still can't believe you're gonna give anything to hear happen. I know you're still living your life after that.
Right.
right, stop for a second, guys, stop for a second, stop. Turn right, turn right.
All right?
Right.
So, yeah, just put here.
That's why you can't. I have to get Lily's phone.